Welcome to Realfine Hotline. I'm your host, Ashley. Not only is this podcast all about men's mental health, but it's about natural healing. We may talk about the lymphatic system, something I do specialize in here at Realfine Wellness Spa. Before we get into today's episode, I do want to thank Josh again, one of our guests on 2 episodes ago, on giving me this next guest information. His name is Gabe. He currently lives in Thailand, but he has been in town for the past couple weeks, and I'm so happy to have him as a guest on Realfine Hotline. So let's get into it. Welcome, Gabe. Let's get to know who Gabe is.
Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Josh. Yeah, I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be back in Vegas. I used to live here before COVID. And
Okay.
every time I come back, I'm like, oh, I miss the desert. Just everything is so accessible. Everything's 24 hours. The roads are smooth.
Yeah.
I was just in Cali before this, and like Cali is such a...
What part?
Santa Monica.
Oh, okay. So LA, yeah, my brother's live there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like the traffic, the
Yeah.
homeless. It's just like... Vegas is, I don't know, it feels more spread out.
Yeah.
You know, the vibe here is good when you're not in the strip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, were you born and raised here? Or
No, I
what's
actually
your
was raised in
backstory?
Seattle.
Oh, Washington.
Up in Washington, yeah.
How was that weather for you?
The worst.
I know.
You get like 9 months of just pure depression.
I know.
But the 3 months during the summer is like pristine.
Yeah.
So people suffer for those 9 months just for the, you know, that little pocket of
Yeah.
goodness.
Wait, so from Washington to Vegas,
Yeah,
out of
that's-
all
that was-
places, why Vegas?
Well, I was 20 years old.
Okay.
And I was selling cannabis at the time.
Okay.
And I wanted to, you know, do something more with my life. So
Yeah.
I packed up my whole life and came to Vegas to go to school for hotel management
Okay.
at UNLV.
Wow.
And so I did that for like 2 months and then I dropped out.
Okay.
I was like, college is
So no career.
college is so lame. Well, I got into like I got into like a multi-level marketing, and that's kind of
Okay.
where my entrepreneur seed was planted, like the idea that you can like create your own life.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I started pursuing that, and I was working at Cheesecake Factory in
Okay.
Caesar's Palace.
Yeah.
And so I did that for a couple of years.
Was that
and-
good money, by the way? Because
was
I used to
great.
serve
Yeah.
and bartend back in the day.
Yeah, when
and-
you're on the strip, I was making like 50K a year in tips, and like my coworkers were like in their mid 40s, and they're supporting a family. I'm
that's
just like a
amazing.
single 21-year-old, just
Yeah.
like smoking weed
And
and
back
drinking
at that-
all day.
I say back in the day, like you're 60, but
That was like 15 years
because I
ago.
do know your age, I'm
Yeah, yeah.
like, that's really good money then.
It was amazing.
Like,
yeah, I was just
wow.
chilling, but I didn't really have that ambition until I got into the, you know, found my entrepreneur.
Yeah, your
spirit.
niche. So tell me about your niche, because Josh did share what you do, but I want you to describe everything.
Yeah,
Because I think it's super cool,
you.
interesting. I want to do it.
Yeah, I do a lot of
open.
things. Well, I like the entrepreneur thing that I started. I got into photography and
Okay.
video production, and that's how I met Josh.
Okay.
So you know, I picked up a DSLR. I learned everything on YouTube University.
Yeah.
Failed
I say
for-
the same thing too.
Yeah, failed.
YouTube University.
Yeah, it's the best place to learn.
Exactly.
It's like the fastest, and you can. Yeah, it's like.
You just can't become a doctor or a lawyer
Yeah.
and call yourself that off
yeah,
of
yeah.
YouTube University.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anything else, you're good.
Totally. Yeah, so I learned and failed and everything, and I've been doing it for like the past 12 years. It's brought me around the world
I love
several
it.
times, and like all these incredible adventures. I've met so many incredible people, and yeah, just like traveling, flying my drone, and playing my laptop.
Do you have a favorite place that you've gone to record or to just take photos or?
I really like
it?
Switzerland.
Oh, I've
But then,
never.
it's like the apex of humanity.
Okay.
Like, everything is the highest quality. You can drink the water from the fountains.
Oh, I love it
Yeah.
because you would not catch me unless I was in dire desperation. It's 130 degrees here in Vegas. There's only a water fountain in front of my face. That's the only way you'll see me pushing a button and putting my mouth towards a water fountain.
Yeah, Switzerland
No.
is dope. I love Japan. And
Okay.
Thailand.
My husband used to live in Japan.
Yeah,
he
Thailand
studied.
has just been like a special place in my heart, and I was so fortunate to be there during COVID.
Tell me
and-
about it.
Yeah, it was just the island. It's a tourist island in Koh Samui. That's where they filmed the most recent season of White Lotus.
Okay. I've heard of it, but I've never
I've never watched it either.
Okay.
But
I'm like, I've heard of it.
it's like this reality show. It's like
Okay.
scandalous murders. All
Got
this.
it.
People love it.
Okay.
But ever since that that season got filmed, it's been so busy on the island. Like the tour
Yeah.
is like the White Lotus effect. Like there's actual traffic hour at 5 p.m. now.
Is it anything like LA?
If you're in a car, you're like stuck. But if you're on a
Oh.
motorbike, you can kind of weave through everything,
Okay, yeah.
But
Okay, so when you say tourists, is it more people moving there or just in town on vacation?
both. There's a lot of expats and people from Russia and Ukraine and Israel. It's like a melting pot.
Yeah.
But also, it's like one of the biggest tourist islands.
Yeah, I just saw on Instagram a few days ago a couple. They just started being content creators in January. From January to now, they left the US, they moved to Thailand, and they're like, all of our bills each month only equal maybe less than $1,000 US.
Yeah, you live like a king
And I'm like,
there.
what are we doing here? Even though living from California to Vegas, it is, you in California, you can't get anything under $1 million. That's in a nice area, safe neighborhood, no money needing to go into homes. But I'm like, in Thailand,
the US
a
dollar.
$400 to $700 rent US.
Yeah, even cheaper.
That's crazy.
You can get a villa for less than $1,000.
Okay, so tell me more about this because
you get massages.
I might have to retire next year.
Every day for like $5 for an hour.
This is crazy.
Fresh coconuts for like 50 cents. Motorbike rentals like $2. Gas is super cheap, and people are all smiling. Like Thai people are just so incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
What made you move there out of any other place in the world? Like, what about Thailand makes it so special? Because I know it's very spiritual and very healing.
Super healing.
There's a lot of like retreats that go on there, and tell me about that.
Yeah, so I have a couple clients. I've had many clients on the island, but I have one solid one, which is like one of the more well-known yoga retreat centers in Thailand.
Yeah.
So I did my teacher training there.
Yeah.
And then I've just been working with them for like the past 8 years. Shout out Vikasa.
Okay.
Yeah, and they've just been like, it's been like my little home base.
Yeah.
And I've been going to Thailand for like every year for the past 10 years.
Do you have a favorite, like, is it called town or city?
Oh, the island is called Koh Samui.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Got
And
it.
there's like neighboring islands, and then there's Phuket on the other side of the water.
I used to always say fuck it.
Yeah, fuck
Like I literally think maybe the past 2 years, 3 years, I realized, it's called Phuket.
Yeah, well,
Not
I
Phuket.
think it's easy to Thailand's kind of known for sex tourism, so it's like it's kind of, you can call it.
I
Phuket.
never knew that.
Yeah.
Wow.
People go there to get their young Asian honeys. The old white men.
You see the thing
They all go to Southeast Asia. It's like Philippines.
That's
Laos,
what I was gonna say. Growing
Cambodia.
up, being military child, I always saw the old white men with the Filipino.
Yeah.
And then let's fast forward. My husband's Filipino. My brother married Filipino. Like our cultures are very similar, like I was mentioning. But yeah, that's so crazy. Wow.
Yeah.
So like literally people, is it called like a call bride or
They call them bar girls.
got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very funny. It's just like so normal. There's no like
Really,
judgment. They're not like
Which I love because I'm like,
yeah.
look, we have one life to live.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want.
Prostitution
Like-
is the oldest profession.
Okay, maybe I did hear that.
Yeah.
Maybe I did hear that in Thailand.
No, just in the world.
just in general?
In the world. In the world, yeah.
Okay, then I don't
And
know.
I think
what...
there's like stigma that, we pass judgment and stuff. And, I guess there is like an energetic component with selling your body,
Yeah. Now, okay, so speaking of that, but in more of a spiritual level, what is your opinion about that?
My Cambo and my medicine teachers have told me that there is a very clean way that you can do prostitution.
Okay, tell me.
Well,
Because I don't think it's clean here in Vegas.
definitely not.
From the things that I hear. Like, I'm like, go to the bunny ranch somewhere.
If you have like, it's like energetic hygiene is just as important as brushing your teeth.
Okay.
So say you're about to go out there and do your work. I would suggest smudging yourself, maybe grabbing a crystal of some sorts.
Okay.
As hippie as it sounds, there's like
Yeah,
there's
I love it.
specific minerals that have specific energetic attributes.
Yeah.
So you can like protect yourself as you go out there. And then like when you're having intercourse with someone, you're like interweaving all of your trauma and energy and
that trauma
like
bond.
interweaving everything. So it's not just like physical pleasure. There's like some shit happening in the astral realm too.
Yeah.
So be able to like claim your sovereignty
Yeah.
and making that intention before you go out to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then also smudging yourself and cleaning yourself after you
For
get back
sure.
home.
Yeah.
I think that would be the cleanest way that you could do it.
Do they do it like every time they have intercourse with someone, or is it?
Well, I don't know if I don't know if any prostitutes do that, but
like,
if I were to recommend a prostitute do the right
yeah,
thing,
like
I would recommend proper energetic hygiene. It's like washing your hands before, a
this
doctor.
should be a class people teach because there's so many women out there who are into this.
They're pulling in all sorts of stuff.
That's not me, but again, I don't judge. But there's so many women who, for example, OnlyFans content creators, and everyone's getting judged and this and that, which is, people who judge, only God can judge you. It is what it is. But I'm like, there should be a class for that for women who are like, I don't know how it is to be a single mom, or maybe they don't have education, and where they live, it's very hard to, find a job. But there's, people, humans in general who want to have sex all the time. So
Totally.
let's do it a healthy way.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because the soul gets like fragmented when you're like sleeping with multiple partners, and it's just for money. It's just like a business transaction. It's like, I feel like sex is designed for love and procreation, right?
Yeah.
So when it's like brought back to the surface just to, I guess everybody has needs, but I think there's definitely a clean way to do it.
Yeah. How did you learn all this? Is this something that you discovered being in Thailand and like just talking to people? And,
About energetic hygiene?
With the prostitution and all that.
Yeah, we see it everywhere. You're just driving through and all the massage girls are always like hollering at you and.
Oh, I need to go to Thailand and see this.
Yeah,
like
you
I
just
said,
like walk
I've been
through
wanting
and
to go to
they're just
Thailand.
like, come here. They're like trying to lure you in. It feels like kind of
Only to men?
Yeah.
How about women? Like, are there lesbians out there?
Maybe. Yeah, but it's usually men. It feels like demonic, actually.
Really?
Yeah, there's like,
come here, give me your goods.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Let me extract
It's a
your
little
sexual energy.
creepy.
Yeah.
But
They're just
gotta
doing their
make their
job.
money.
They don't know
Exactly.
any better.
Yeah.
It doesn't not from like a condescending or a demeaning way, but it's like everybody's just trying to survive.
Exactly. No matter where you live.
Yeah.
Whether you're here on the strip, selling your body.
Or selling drugs.
You know what I mean?
It's like all they know. And especially if they're like, you always have so much compassion for people when you could see their whole timeline of their life,
Oh, for sure.
And when you see if there's like abuse or trauma from their past, it's like so easy to judge someone right off the bat from the surface. But like once you really understand someone, you're like, oh.
Then you can, I'm very big on accepting what you understand. So once you understand, then it's easier to accept.
100%.
Because we're all humans, even though I can sit here and say, oh, I'm a non-judgmental person, all the but there are certain things that I'm gonna be a little, iffy, weary about. Totally. And then once I understand, then I'm like, okay, got it. Let's proceed. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's kind of like dating.
Yeah.
It's been almost 8 years with my husband, so like I'm not gonna just dive right on in. Let me fill you out first before I just take that next. Exactly.
Compassion's the ultimate way.
Yeah. Now I do want to ask you about yoga. So are you currently teaching yoga in Thailand, or
I was.
Tell me what you're doing now.
I was 2 years ago. So I did my 500-hour certification in Hatha yoga.
Wow. Okay.
And it's like I didn't even want to become a teacher. I was actually making videos for Vikasa, the retreat center.
Yeah.
And they gifted me a teacher training. I could go through it, and it's given me like such powerful tools to navigate through life. And I realized that yoga is not just some stretching that bored housewives do.
Exactly.
Like,
So like, you want to go to yoga today? No. It's deeper than that.
It's so much deeper. The stretching only prepares you to sit, to meditate.
Yeah.
But it really is about like the union of your physical with the spiritual.
Yeah.
And it's taught me so much, and it's just given me like, just a nice map on how to navigate through life and always be connected to my breath and the present moment.
You're into breath work?
So profound. Yeah.
Because I just got, I'm not going to lie, I'm not into it, practicing it daily, like by itself, but I do know that the proper way is in through your nose, out through your mouth. It's so cliche, but it really, like, I've been practicing that when I'm working out, or like when I'm at home doing my cardio in the morning, and
breathing in through the nose.
I see, and I do feel a difference because most people, like, even now that I've learned a little bit, I'll be at the gym. I'm in my zone. I don't like talk to many people or stop people, but I'm observing, and a lot of people are just,
They're mouth breathers.
yeah, I'm like,
It
you look like a
activates
dog panting.
it activates your sympathetic nervous system, and it's like you
Yeah.
have to. It's
Oh, I'm
breathing through
so
your
glad that you're into the nervous system.
yeah,
Most
breathing.
people don't.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
everything. It's
Yeah.
like that's how trauma. It's like
Yep.
trauma is formed when our nervous system doesn't know
Mm-hmm.
how to handle a situation.
Exactly. It's stored, it's suppressed, it
Yeah,
stays stagnant in your
exactly.
body.
Yeah, in the physical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Because like I said, I mean, specializing in the lymphatic system, and I can literally look at a client and I'm like, oh, you are suppressing so many
Mm-hmm.
emotions, trauma, all the above, and it shows up, in forms of how your skin health looks,
Yep.
most women I see, it's always, have a little more cellulite, but
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
that's not always what you think
Yep.
and what you see on social media. It could be, well, let's get to the root and the
Mm-hmm.
cause of what's
And it's
going on.
emotional. It's always
Exactly.
emotional or situations or
Exactly.
events that happen in your past.
Yeah.
And the lymphatic system is the only system that doesn't have a pump, right? So it has to be moved through through
Yes.
movement or
Yep.
yeah, through touch, through
Yes.
jumping and yeah, it's
Yes.
so interesting.
Yeah. Have you ever, well, no, I did already ask you prior to even shooting, have you had a lymphatic massage,
I have
and what was your experience?
incredible. It's just
Yeah.
like it moves that like sticky stuckness. I
Yeah.
used to have a rebounder when I lived in Vegas, you know those little
Yep, I
trampolines?
know. I used to, well, no, I have one in the garage at
Yeah,
home. I have not used it in a couple years,
it's the best.
but
Just like
yeah.
2 minutes every day, just like kind of get things moving. That's why kids love it so much. It keeps like the
Yeah.
energy just
See,
moving.
I do the tapping method
Yeah,
every morning.
nice.
You know what I mean? And even I tell clients this too. I'm like, even if you're not, and I'm going to speak from experience, even if you're not, a person who, oh, I got to go to the gym 5, 6 days a week. Oh, I got to do cardio. I lift weights. Da, da, da. I have given clients just simple task of getting your lymphatic system activated to help start losing their weight. And when I say I see clients who they're like 3, 4 sessions in from seeing me, they look like new people.
Mm-hmm.
I'll even, like, if a client's not private and we post on social media, or I'm talking to my husband and I show their before
Mm-hmm.
and after photo, they're like,
A completely
how
different
did you
person.
just do that?
Yep.
And I'm like, I didn't cut fat out of your body. This is how much inflammation
Mm-hmm.
your body is storing.
Yep.
Inflammation is the
The root
cause
of
of,
all
yeah, the
disease.
root of dis-ease in the body.
Yep.
You know what I mean? The
Mm-hmm.
sickness, the disease,
Yep.
the, autoimmune diseases, all the about, like, I could talk
We're on
about
the
this
same
all day
page.
long.
And it's so
Yeah.
fucked up because all the big pharma, they just prescribe
Yeah.
you a pill.
Exactly.
And it just like puts a band-aid over it.
Exactly.
And then
It's
something else pops
literally a
up.
band-aid.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then they give you another prescription. If medication actually worked, you wouldn't have to refill the prescription every month.
Thank you. And then live off them for
Yes.
years, and then
Deal with the consequences later.
exactly, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, when I see clients who are like, oh, I'm
This-
taking 15 different
yeah,
medications,
yeah.
and over the past 3 years, I've gained 40 pounds.
Yeah, yeah.
And you haven't changed your, your lifestyle. Because these are people who are like, I'm in the gym. And I've seen clients in the gym. And they're like, I'm in the gym. I have my trainer. I'm eating properly, blah, blah, blah. And yeah, it's just, it's the medication
Yep.
causing this excess inflammation in their
Big pharma,
bodies. And
modern day mafia.
yeah, and I'm not saying that Western medicine
It has its place.
is, yes, like, no, I'm against it. Like, if your knee pops out of its socket, okay, go to the
Yeah,
ER.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Like, you know what I mean? You can't throw on some castor oil and meditate and it pops back in. Like, or go sit in the sauna and now
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
cured or
Yeah.
healed or whatever. But now, have you ever gone through any, whether it's physical, mental, like any type of trauma? Well, we've all gone through trauma, but trauma where incorporating yoga, meditation, just in general, because I want to get into more of what you do.
Yeah, I think
with the whole
this
frog
is a
thing.
good way to segue
Yeah,
into
like,
Cambo because
yeah.
it's like this is the nature's medicine.
Yes. Okay. So
It's
first,
like-
tell me how you got into that, and then
Okay.
just talk about how it's helped you heal naturally without popping pharmaceutical
Medication.
pills
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all the above.
Yeah, so when I was teaching yoga 2 years ago,
Okay.
I would have like a full class, and then some of the students would come to me afterwards, and I would serve them this medicine called rapé, which is a powdered tobacco mixed with like other plants in the Amazon jungle. And what it's used for is for grounding. So I feel like tobacco is like a really misunderstood plant
Yeah.
nowadays. You know, we put it in Marlboro and Camel and mix it with all these chemicals, and then they smoke it with when
Yeah.
they're drunk. And
Mm-hmm.
it's actually like one of the most sacred plants in the Amazon, and they use it for like grounding and protection. And there's so many benefits to it when it's in its purest form without all the
Yeah.
chemicals. So it's powdered and it's passed through many hands when it's being made, and intentions are going into it, like prayers.
Got it.
And so it comes in a powder form, and then there's a administration tool called a tepe,
Okay.
and it's like a big straw, usually made out of bamboo, and it's administered through the nose. So
Okay.
it's very intense. But
I've never snorted Coke, but is it like that?
Mm,
I mean,
no,
I've
it's
seen
almost
people at the clubs back in the day.
I wouldn't say it's like Coke. It's like yeah, it's just really intense. There's like a burning sensation at first. So I always compare or just say that the way that it feels is like how you feel after 2 hours of deep meditation, but you get there instantly. It like brings you into this like complete presence, and
Like this zen.
yeah, and then like
feeling
all
that-
of the dense, like stuck, heavy energy just kind of relax. All the like the parts of your body that are tense kind of relax,
Yeah.
and it just makes you really in the moment.
Yeah.
So a lot of my students would come after class to have me serve them this medicine, because after yoga, you're already like kind of blissed out.
Yeah.
You got like the post-yoga stone, right?
Yeah, kind of
And
hot.
then-
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you add this on top of it, and you're just like, oh, your whole day is just equanimous and just serene.
Yeah.
So then I was doing that, and then people would come. They would skip the yoga and just come just to have
For the
okay.
drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it.
For the
It's
medicine.
like people going to parties. I'm just here for the food.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
here for the drugs.
Yeah. So they came just for that, and then people are just getting more and more benefits, and like then they started paying me for it. I was like, okay, this feels like really good. I'm sharing this energy. They're giving me energy
Yeah.
back, and I'm helping them in a really profound way. It feels so
Yeah.
fulfilling. People would start crying.
I'm a drug dealer now, but you know, it's not what you think, guys.
Yeah. Well, it's like when you use the plants with intention, it can be
Yeah.
such a beautiful thing.
Exactly.
I
It's
feel
just
like
like when people smoke, when people drink. What are your intentions? Because you can
Are you
abuse
numbing
anything.
yourself? Yeah.
Exactly.
Are you numbing yourself? Are you escaping? Are
Yes,
you trying to heal?
yeah.
Are you trying to like release or amplify
Yeah.
something? Yeah. It's like it's very intention is everything.
Exactly.
I think when you're on psychedelics, you understand like the thought is everything before the action. So having pure intent while you do everything is really,
Exactly.
really important. So especially with medicine, because
Yeah.
if you're not, then you're abusing it.
Yeah.
If you're not doing it intentionally, you're just doing drugs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, it was really fun to do. It was not fun. It was fulfilling. I was like,
Okay.
oh, I feel like a sense of joy being able to help people in this way.
What
Things
were
like-
some of their symptoms which caused them to want to go to you? Like the average client comes to you and they're like, hey, I need this drug, this
Yeah,
medicine.
It's like repeated thought patterns.
Is it like, oh, I'm going
emotional
through
heaviness.
anxiety?
Yeah. Anxiety is a big
I
one,
need
especially with the
gain.
Cambo stuff.
Okay.
People have like incessant thoughts that they can't get rid of. So it really helps break. It's like a loop. And it just
Yeah.
like breaks it so they can.
Does it help them be present?
Yeah,
in
it
the
like pulls them away
moment?
from
Just-
like dwelling in the past. And anxiety is like fear of the future.
Yep,
Uncertainty.
I know, and this is
uncertainty-
what I preach to clients
yeah,
all the time.
Uncertainty about the future. And then depression
Yes.
is like you're stuck dwelling in the
Yes,
past. So
yes.
we're constantly going through this life missing the now. Right?
Yes.
So that's what yoga and medicine and breath work, it brings you like back to the breath here.
Yeah.
Right?
Would you consider that your therapy? So like when you are going through your own struggles,
Mm-hmm.
your trials, like what is your go-to? Like your go-to
sit.
therapy?
Pranayama, yeah, breath work,
Okay.
fasting.
Okay, yeah, I'm big on fasting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before I came here, I just broke a 40-hour fast.
Good.
I was like,
congrats.
okay, I should probably eat just a little bit before I come.
Yeah,
So I'm a little
yeah,
more
yeah,
grounded.
for sure,
I was
yeah.
like flying. I was about to-
Yeah, you know what I mean?
My feet
And a
were
lot
touching
of
the
people
ground.
don't understand how that works with your cells too, repairing your cells. You know,
Oh my gosh,
that could
that's
be a whole nother
podcast.
exactly.
Yeah, autophagy and like
Because-
cellular
yeah.
repair. And then when you combine that with prayer, it's like, because people
It's
are eating
so-
3 meals a day with snacks in between and desserts and, you know, drinking in between. It's like your
Yeah.
body never gets a chance to truly
Yes.
relax
Yep.
and repair.
Rest, recover, repair.
And
yes.
your gut is
Yep.
like the second highest consumer of energy next
Yeah.
to your brain.
Yeah.
So it's always like the energy is divided between top and bottom. So when you like stop digesting,
Yeah.
all the energy's right here.
Yes.
It's it's
Yeah.
the best. I've been doing one meal a day for like 10 years, and it's
Yeah.
the best.
And you look amazing.
Thank
So
you.
that's why I tell
Thank you.
people, unless, and it's okay, so I'm 50-50 with it. Okay. Unless you're a bodybuilder, you're on a prep, you're doing 2-a-days, you're on a 16, 20-week prep,
Yeah.
you're going to need
Calories.
more. Exactly. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
If you're building muscle,
you're
yeah.
going to need a surplus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just maintaining, you're healthy,
Mm-hmm.
your blood work is good, your hormones, your homeostasis is on track at its optimal, all the above, like, you don't need to consume
Yeah.
5, 6, 7 meals,
It's
you know.
glutton.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. And it's
you
like
know what I mean?
such a, like, people spend so much time and money on the physical. It's
that
important.
they don't
Yeah.
make their internal
Exactly.
a priority.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
of course we should take care of our vessel. Right?
Exactly.
But if it's like for purely ego
Exactly.
and for, you know,
validation,
cosmetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see this all the time. And this is what I try to tell my clients too, like, because I have clients who, if we're talking about the physical, they have had cosmetic surgery 3-4 times in a year.
Yeah.
And legally here in the States, a surgeon should not touch you within 6 months, depending on their practice, a year. So they'll go to different surgeons. They're like, I'm going to Brazil, Colombia, Beverly Hills, and Miami, all in 1 year. And I'm like, ma'am, but if you took care and healed whatever your internal, whatever this trauma, whatever void you're feeling, it's like you're using these surgeries as, you know, this fulfillment of whatever is not healed internally.
Yeah,
like,
the
you know
bandage.
what I mean?
It just heals the topical.
Again, it's just like a pharmaceutical
yeah.
drug. You know what I mean?
And it's like aging is like escaping getting older is so futile. It's like we're all gonna die. Just like I think embracing the maturing, and I think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. By the way, how are the women, like, how do they look in Thailand? Like, would you?
They're cute.
Okay. Are they all like petite, like most Asian cultures in general?
Yeah. Okay. I guess they're mostly slender. A lot of, you know, I think everything's so westernized with social media nowadays. So a lot of them get like implants and the lip fillers, and they get the eye contacts, and, you know, they dye their hair because they want to look, because the beauty is so,
the standards
is so subjective, but
exactly
depending on what your algorithm is delivering you, then you're like, oh, I need to look like that to be beautiful. So it's definitely changing, because from 10 years ago, it definitely, you know, everybody wants to look better.
Yeah.
And then, you know, the core of it is just wanting to be loved.
It is.
And to be accepted. You know, and to be accepted as you are.
Exactly.
But it's like the social media is such a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It's like you can use it to share your beliefs and thoughts and inspire the world, or you can use it to like kill yourself by comparing yourself to others.
Exactly.
It's insane.
That's why I'm just like, of course it's great for business or connecting.
Yeah,
like,
look
because
how connected
Josh
we are.
Sent me your, again, social media, and that's how we connected. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot of people, you know, are
especially
using it for...
The children is what I'm worried for.
Yeah.
Because like when we were kids, we didn't have any of that. We had AIM. Remember, you come home from school and hop on an AOL and chat with your friends.
The dial-up, and when the connection wasn't good, you're over here mad.
Yeah, it was so simple back then. But now kids are like being born into the internet and with an iPad in their hands, and parents that just, you know, they need some space, so they just let the kid pacify themselves.
Yeah.
There's just like so much shit out there.
How do you stay connected with everyone living in Thailand? As far as like, say, like you want to talk on the phone, not necessarily Instagram.
It's a pretty developed.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like 5G everywhere.
Okay.
And the Wi-Fi is super fast.
Really?
Yeah, a lot of digital nomads.
So you don't have to sit in a corner waiting for...
Yeah, a lot of digital nomads come, and there's like cafes everywhere with super high-speed internet. So it's not like you're like on Gilligan's Island or something.
Yeah.
There's little pockets where, you know, you can go to the waterfall and not have any cell signal, but you're pretty connected everywhere.
See, that is one place, like I said, I've been wanting to go. And I told my husband, I'm like, babe, like, yeah, we recently just bought a house here in Vegas, but I'm like, there's so much more.
Yeah, you live like a king there. Honestly, the US dollar is so strong, and you can just go out to eat for every meal, massage every day, sauna, ice bath. You can do everything.
And think about how Because here in the States, you know, everyone's go, 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 go. Like, you know, let me get on the subject about how, I mean, God didn't create us women to be, you know, how a lot of women nowadays like boss bitch and I work
This is
70 hours a week and
whole
this
nother
and that. I'm
podcast.
like,
They're becoming so masculine.
that,
It's
and I'm not going
insane.
to lie, I fell victim into that. I
Yep.
did not realize or come to the realization of, Ashley, you're not supposed to be masculine. Let the man do what God intended him to do.
Yep. Provide and protect.
And you do your job.
Nurture.
I'm not
Yep.
saying you
I got
can't work.
goosebumps. I'm so passionate about this too. It's
Okay,
like
talk more,
yeah, the
because
masculine
I'm
and
like,
feminine, it's so
yes.
out of balance now. And I
It
think it's like
is.
designed, the people that are controlling and running this world have designed it that way. Because when the women feel like they don't need men anymore, then the men are just,
I need my man.
yeah, yeah.
I'm not taking out trash.
It's
I'm kidding.
supposed to be. It's yin and yang. It's like it
Exactly.
has, both
Yeah.
have to exist for it to work.
Exactly.
And like they're taught to go to college, make a good income, and that's like that's. I'm not saying like a woman should not do that, but it's just like you can't be fully feminine when you feel like you have to provide and you feel like you have to protect when that's a man's job.
Yeah.
And like so
all
many,
this external pressure for what?
For nothing.
For what?
Yeah, so you can be alone.
Yeah.
So you can be alone. And,
Yeah,
and,
because I meet women my age to 40 that, you know, all they've done was focus on their career, their business, their, you know, whatever, no kids and regretting it. But
totally.
they're still
Yeah,
not
they pass
married
the fertility window. And then they're like, fuck, I wish I did this. I would probably be way more fulfilled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, God
We're just
didn't.
everyone's on a treadmill, just like powering the matrix. It's insane.
Yeah, because my husband saw me go through my worst a few years ago. Oh my goodness, I had put on like almost 50 pounds. I went from literally a 6-pack shredded because I was competing consistently, even off season, staying in shape, to literally 1 year, year and a half. I just was working all day, every day. I was in the gym, not being intentional. I was, at the end of the day, I just want to smoke, drink my wine, relax.
Numb it out.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Causing all this inflammation in my body. Maybe those 50 pounds weren't all fat, but you know, I was so inflamed. I was miserable. I was depressed. And I wasn't allowing my husband to do his job. I was trying to be the husband.
Yep.
I was trying to be the provider.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, granted, on the surface, and this is just what I've been told. Oh, we look like we'll have a perfect life and this beautiful home, and you guys are both successful in your businesses, but behind closed doors, a bitch is tired. You know what I mean? Like, I want to kick my feet up and get them rubbed and not have to worry about, oh, I need to book these clients. Oh, I got to do this. Oh, I have to see 6 clients tomorrow. I'm going to be at the spa all day for 13 hours. Our body's nervous system was wrecked. Like, our bodies as women are not created for that. That's why so many women, especially that I see, have autoimmune diseases. It's the highest amongst women.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's the natural feminine way just to like flow and not have any, and then the man is supposed to be, you know, rigid and organized and structured. The woman just supposed to just be a girl. Yeah, I see
and I'm having to relearn how to, in certain areas, be more feminine because for so many years of feeling like, okay, I have my business, I run it, I have to worry about, you know, whether it's employees at the time, all this and that, and then bringing that home and being like, okay, well, it needs to be this way and that way, and just causing unnecessary stress.
And then it turns into
cortisol
disease.
Levels.
Yep.
You know, exactly.
It's so hard to be present when you're constantly like,
yeah,
what to do next?
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is why sitting with medicine, it like brings you back to that center, like back to equilibrium.
Yeah.
Balanced in the masculine and feminine.
Yeah. Now I know that you mentioned that you were in the cannabis industry.
No, this was when I was 18. I was just selling weed.
Never mind. Cannabis industry.
Yeah.
Before it became legal.
Yes.
Never mind.
Yeah.
We'll cut this out. I'm just kidding.
No.
We'll keep it in.
Statute of limitations. It was 10 years. It was more than 10 years ago.
That's true. Yeah, that is so funny.
And I was innocent. I was like, I was never late. I never skimped. Always on time, with a smile.
I love it.
Yeah, I actually learned a lot of business skills.
Okay, I was gonna say, what did it do for you? Whether it was, at the time, were you smoking to numb it? Or to numb your emotions?
No, I was like 18 and just having a good time. It like expanded my mind. Like same with mushrooms. It kind of like just opened up so much awareness
Yes.
and like understanding that there's so much more than the physical.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have a really strange relationship with cannabis now, but back then it was very like, just like kept
Yeah.
unfolding and expanding.
What's your relationship now?
She's like a toxic ex-girlfriend.
Got it.
You know, like
Give me an example.
Okay, I'll take.
Because I mean, most ex-girlfriends are crazy.
Yeah, I'll take.
Yeah.
I'll take a long break, and I'll feel like so calm and like so centered and like have so much clarity.
Yep.
And then one day I'll just like have a little joint or like take a little gummy, and then I'll be like, whoa, I'm like feel like such a head change. And then I'll like start like practicing yoga, or I'll just sit and meditate, and like I'll go so deep into my practice, and I'll be like, I should be doing this every day. And then so it starts happening every day in the evenings, and I'm like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And then months go by, and then you're back to where I always get to this point where I'm like, why do I do this? Like, you're so numbed out.
I've been there before.
And you wake up and you're always in this fog.
Yeah.
And then you're lazy and
Yeah.
kind of stupid. You know, like, it just feels like
Ditto that, because that's where I was.
I've been through
Yeah.
this like roller coaster
Yeah.
so many times with her. It's like first, it's amazing. Like first time you have sex again, it's like, wow, this is the best. And then you realize how toxic it is, and then you're like, oh, this is why I stopped last time.
Got it.
Yeah. So I don't know. They're so difficult for me to be moderate with it.
Okay.
You know, like,
you don't know your balance, which is okay.
And I'm a Libra.
And you're
and like and like trying to like
Got it.
My mom's advice that she always gives me is like anything in moderation. And
Yeah.
I just so difficult for me to be moderate.
Yeah.
Like I would love to treat it as I treat mushrooms, you know, like maybe once a month in a very ceremonious, intentional way.
Yeah.
But it's so easy. It's like at first it's that way, and then it's just like, oh, it just becomes a habit.
Got it. What are your experiences doing mushrooms? Do you say shrooms or
Mushrooms?
Mushrooms,
Yeah,
shrooms.
psilocybin.
Okay. Same thing. Okay. Yeah.
Psilocybin.
Yeah.
Sacred,
What's your
sacred children.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first time I did it was when I was 17.
Okay.
And I've revisited it many times, but I always held it in like high regard.
Okay.
And that's what really just, I don't know, when you see past the veil of the illusion and understand that gratitude and being present is the most important thing.
Yeah.
And like truly understanding your gifts and developing them and then sharing them with the world.
Oh, I just had this conversation the other
Yeah.
day. Your God-given gifts. Like, it's so sad that so many people never tap into their
Yeah, because
gifts.
they're stuck in the freaking mouse trap.
Yes, yes.
And they don't ever get an opportunity. Or then when they're children, they, once they start finding something, their parents are like, oh, you have to go to school.
Yeah,
You
you
have
have to suppress your gift
Yep.
due to this system.
Program.
Exactly.
Program.
Exactly.
And like your parents do it because they love you.
Yeah.
It's out of love.
Yeah.
But it's also the program.
Yeah.
So I feel like mushrooms and plant medicine really helps, lifts the veil. You can like see behind the curtain and be like, oh, there's things that are, my priorities aren't actually that important. And my problems aren't really
Right?
that big.
Right?
Yeah. It like
Yeah.
just helps you like zoom out and kind of see the bigger picture.
What's
So-
do you get like I know everyone's different. Like, do you get like a body high, a mind high? I mean, I've heard of people going through, they're taking shrooms, they're in the forest or they're hiking and they're like, oh, I saw this beautiful this and that, and a bear walked past us and it was
And the trees are
coolest
breathing.
thing ever.
Yeah.
And I'm over here like, I've tried shrooms a couple times and I'm like, I didn't experience anything. I mean,
Yeah.
did
I guess there's a way,
mean,
like, I guess.
yeah,
it
I'm
de-
like,
it
am I not
depends-
doing it right?
It depends on the kind.
Okay.
It depends on the dosage.
Okay.
It depends on the set and the setting.
Maybe I
which
just
is
need more.
Which is the most important part is like the people that you're with and
Got it, yeah.
and the space that you're doing it in.
Yeah.
And I guess like the oldest psychonauts, like the psychedelic explorers like Terrence McKenna and all of them, they're like 5 grams in an empty room with the lights off with no music. That's like the proper way to do it, because then you really go within. Because you take a lot of
I'm going to follow those instructions.
Yeah, because you take the psychedelics and I feel like all the visuals, it's like very entertaining and you see the mandalas and the patterns, but they really are, I don't want to say they're distractions, but it's really not the point. It's like really, it's about expanding your consciousness and going in and healing stuff. Sure, it's fun to like, take some mushrooms and go on a hike and
Yeah,
and go hug the
those are the
trees.
stories
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hear.
hug the trees, and it's like very recreational, which is fine because I feel like that can open your mind as well. But I feel like if it's used with intent, in the proper setting, with a proper dosage, you can like heal generations of.
Thank you. Yeah, but
of
I feel like
karma.
it's such a big negative stigma in this world, just like cannabis is still a negative stigma.
Yeah, it's abused.
And I'm like,
people abuse it.
yes, but
It's
I'm
like,
just like, I have literally seen some of my cancer clients heal, not just through what I'm doing, but in conjunction to, using cannabis, meditation, sauna, releasing inflammation from their body. And then boom, 4 or 5 months later, they're like, I don't have any more cancer.
yeah, I didn't need to go through chemo,
Good.
which is like wreaks havoc on the body.
Exactly.
Chemo is like, oh, I feel so bad for
Yeah.
people that have to go through that.
Exactly. And I'm just like, but Western medicine, they don't want to tell you how to
It's for
naturally
profit.
heal.
They're probably gonna get.
I'm like, let's not talk about
demonetized.
But anyway, next subject.
Yeah,
But
okay,
I'm
Cambo.
just saying, I have literally, again, I've only been in business for 6 years. I can't even imagine what I'm gonna, the healing that I've seen just in a matter of 6 years versus 10 years from now or whatever. Like,
The journey's just
I've
begun.
literally, exactly. I'm just like, I just want the world, and I wish the world would just see how you can heal yourself naturally.
Yep, 100%.
You
I'm
know
about
what I
that.
mean?
I think the best way to do it is just to be a living example.
Yeah.
It's just to like be that mirror for other people.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you come up upon something new, you're like, I gotta show you this, and then you like try to convince them, and then you're like, come on, you gotta do this with me, and then it's like they're not really ready for that.
Exactly.
But if you can just be embodied and live your truth,
Yes.
and
Your authenticity.
yeah, and just in a selfless service to the world, I think people can see that and they'll be like, what are you doing that's different?
Exactly.
And then they will inquire.
Exactly. Yeah.
Of course we want to change the world. This is like with Cambo, it's like I'm healing the world by healing myself.
Yes.
It's like you can,
because when you're the best version of you and
it
you're vibrating
ripples
at a
out.
high frequency,
Yep.
people feel that. It's like, for example, I'll be at the gym and I'll be in the sauna. It could be 5 of us. And then the 6th person walks in and the energy just shit. There's times where I'm like, I can't do this. I have to get it. So even if I'm interrupting my own meditation time, healing time, their energy is just so strong that I'm like, I can't do this.
Good.
I will go sit on a bench and wait for you to leave. From a distance, I'll be like, are they still? Oh, they're still there. I'm not going to go back. Or, I'm like.
Better to be sensitive than to be dull.
Yes.
People
but,
are always
it's
like,
just
oh,
self-awareness. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was like, people, like, they get down on themselves for being so sensitive. But I would like, better to be sensitive than to be dull.
Yeah. It's like a woman like walking by herself at night, her head's down on her cell phone, and there's bad people around her and she doesn't even notice. And it's just like, you're just like, you got to be more aware. Like, it's just, sometimes it's just common sense. Like, ma'am, you're walking down a dark alley, like be aware. Like, yeah. So yes, that's a dramatic example, but you can take that in like
Anywhere.
every day.
Yeah, it's like a fractal of everything else. It's like you can walk through life with that mindfulness all the time.
Exactly. And I'm just like, energy is real, and people who are like, oh, that's so woo woo.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how is your life going right now? Let's dig deep, because it is like a stigma of, for example, and you're okay with talking about like religion or okay. So a lot of, I grew up with, like I said, Christian, Catholic, Jewish, but most of the Christians I grew up with, seeing how hypocritical, you're saying you're practicing one thing, but you're doing another. And how is your life going? Because what I'm observing as a little girl, that's not what I want to be, or that's not the type of life that I want. So opening your mind to whatever, woo-woo stuff, whatever, the energy, the vibrations, the frequency, like God created all of this. You know what I mean? He is the creator of this universe, and people who don't believe in energy, to me, it's kind of scary.
Yeah. Well, it's because there's it's like the density.
Yeah.
I feel like when you're like doom scrolling all day, and then you're eating shitty food, and you're not drinking clean water, it's like the pineal gland is like so calcified that you cannot even see it.
Yeah.
It sounds like a foreign language to someone that is stuck in the density.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, breath, drinking clean water, detoxing, it like opens this this third eye. Like it
Mm-hmm.
actually is like the
Like
portal. It's
yeah.
the
The
portal.
portal.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's like your
Mm-hmm.
connection to everything. And so, they put the fluoride in the toothpaste, in the water, all these endocrine disrupting chemicals in the food. So like they're just stuck in the lower chakras in like the animal realm. And all
Yeah.
they want is like selfish pleasure, self-serving. It's like everyone's kind of stuck in this lower.
Sounds like you're describing narcissistic traits. No, seriously, like,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
For sure. And it's all about
Yeah.
like moving the energy and your focus into the heart, because
Yeah.
that's when it becomes selfless and you're like
Yeah.
no longer everything is self-serving.
Exactly. That's why I just feel like as I've gotten older, I'm just so open to not necessarily religion, just I'm just open.
Yeah.
Like your God may look different. You may have a different religion you practice, whatever. Like, but at the end of the day, like, how is your heart? Like, I don't care what your label is.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
all different
Like,
paths up the same mountain.
exactly.
Like every religion, it's like the same characters,
Yeah.
the same commandments, the same precepts. It's just like I really think they've taken religion out of schools because it provides moral framework, right? For people to make good choices.
Yeah.
And they've removed it, so everyone's just kind of degenerate and living selfish lives and with no moral framework or any belief in
Yeah.
karma or whatever the word is. So yeah, it's very interesting how. But I think I know that consciousness is like waking up and everybody is like coming to the truth, and
Yeah.
plant medicine and all these things are coming more to the surface and more people are having access to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's why, getting into Campo I've been able to help people shed the layers.
Yeah.
And
What would you say are some of your struggles that getting into, whether it's, you said Camo or Campo?
Cambo. Yeah.
Yoga, meditation, like helping you go through X, Y, and Z? Like, what have you gone through that it's helped you through?
I think it's helped me surrender. And
I love it.
And like embracing acceptance.
Acceptance.
Yeah, and that's like the core of the Buddhist teachings. Is like everything as it is.
Yes.
It's like our resistance to the present moment.
Yeah.
It's like the pushing away of what is here is what creates the suffering.
Yeah.
So when you can like be open and accept everything the way it is, whether it's pain or suffering or good or abundance, just like allowing it, that eliminates so much pain.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah.
Yeah. And I was going to say, and to me, again, that is another form of natural medicine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
the best things in life are free.
Exactly.
Breath,
yes.
love, gratitude, family.
I wish a lot
water.
of people would show more gratitude, even just waking up every day.
Yeah, it's the secret sauce. It's like one of the highest, like, on the vibrational spectrum of emotions. Gratitude is like right up there with love.
Yeah.
And like having a gratitude practice, it's like, I always used to say this in my videos. It's like, the more grateful that you can be, you'll attract more things in your life to be grateful about.
Yeah.
And it's just like this infinite gratitude loop. And you can start with something so simple as like, just taking a breath of fresh air. Like, people are fucking suffering out there.
Yeah.
Look at other countries. Every time I come back to America, I'm like, we got abundance here in America. I go to Whole Foods, they got everything.
Yeah.
Every flavor.
We are so spoiled.
Excess. We're so spoiled. So it's easy, like when you have everything not handed to you, but when everything is so available, it's easy to forget to be grateful.
Yeah.
It's like the poorest peoples in the poorest countries that have nothing are actually the happiest because they're grateful for what little they have.
I know. Like, our god kids are in Bora Bora, so we go every year to visit, and it's a family of 5, and maybe US, they live off of $3,500, $4,000 a month. They're the happiest ever. Like, my sister-in-law out there is just
less is more.
Yeah.
You think of the problems that you have, like you think about a billionaire's problems. It's like the problems don't go away when you have more
money, more problems.
More material
like, you know what I mean?
things.
Yeah.
It's like, man.
Yeah. And I'm just like, every time we're in Bora Bora, like, I literally just sit on the beach. I'm like, I told my husband too, I'm just like, babe, like, I want to retire and live here half the time.
Yeah,
and
your nervous system is like so much more
yes,
just like chilled out.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like the energy of the countries too. I feel like Thailand is like that. Like, once I step off the plane in Thailand, it's like,
How are the people? Are they very welcoming?
Yeah, they're all and I actually Googled this the other day. I'm like, why are Thai people so nice? And it's like Buddhism. They're like really about, they call it, Thailand is the land of smiles. Like everybody's always smiling. They're always so grateful and like they welcome
I've
you.
heard that about Japan.
Yeah, I feel like
But
Japan people, they're a little bit more closed off.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
emotionally, I think.
Okay.
From my experience, they're kind of like,
Okay.
they kind of stay in their own lane.
Got
But they're
it.
very considerate. And
Got
it's so
it.
clean. I really like Japan because it's so clean and everybody is so mindful of each other.
Okay.
The Thai people, they're like very open. They're like so in their heart. There's not much ego there. They welcome you as if they're welcoming you into their home.
Yeah, and see, that's what I love. That's why I'm just like, I'm not gonna lie. Anytime, and I know I keep bringing up Bora Bora because that is like home away from home in the States for us at least. But I'm just like, I wonder if I were to literally just say, screw it, pack up,
Sell everything.
and
leave.
go
Yeah.
live.
You should do that
with-
before they do the next pandemic.
When is that scheduled? Let me put that in my calendar right quick.
2030, I think.
Like, no, seriously, I'm just like,
Yeah, with all the politics and all the stuff going on in America, it's just like the whole country is in this like fight or flight,
yes.
just like high cortisol.
Yep.
Everything's just like, what's coming up? Like, what am I have to worry about next?
All this unnecessary anxiety
And
that
worry.
is what's
Yeah.
causing so many people. I think the average age here in America is like 77 living. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. It's because
I'm like 77.
and stress.
I'm like,
Food
exactly.
and stress.
Yeah.
Lack of
And
water
even
and
if
sunlight.
you're like eating healthy, I don't know what hormones they are pumping into my tilapia or salmon when I'm on a prep. Yeah, I can get shredded, but I don't know how healthy this shit is basically.
Yeah, and how it was raised
You know what I
and who
mean?
handled
Yeah.
it. Like it's all the energy is transferred.
Yeah. But I'm really like, I'm so serious. I tell them all the time, I'm like, I want to go live in Bora Bora half the time. Like, would you miss me? Because,
Who are your
I
clients?
don't know if you want to do, not even just that. No, my husband.
Oh,
Like,
bring your husband with you.
yeah. Well, that too.
Or why not?
But
Maybe it doesn't have to be this or that. Maybe why not both?
that's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah, like I feel like once you
three-
start selling, like sharing your gifts and be fully embodied in your work, then you'll have a place there and a place here.
Exactly. And the thing is, I don't know how it is in like Thailand, but I know like if you go to Bora Bora, you can only stay 90 days, come back for a couple weeks, and then go back so you don't have to do the visa and the paperwork and all that.
They have that in Thailand.
That's like
too.
okay,
Like,
so
they have
it's
a
like
tourist
that too.
visa, but they also have like if you start a business,
Okay.
you get an education visa.
Yeah.
It's just like a money thing.
Got
You
it.
pay them the right money, then you can stay.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I'm just like, I mean, I've even thought about expanding business to Bora Bora.
Nice.
Just because, one, the island's very small. You can get on a moped, drive around
Yeah,
in
it's the
40 minutes,
best.
you're done.
Island life is
5,000.
amazing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm like, we're islanders in general. So it's just like, this is home. Everyone
Freedom.
is family. Exactly.
Yeah. I know
Freedom
this
of
feeling.
time.
You would love Thailand.
Oh my goodness. No, seriously. Like, I literally have that saved on my Travelocity app.
Yeah. Let me know
You
when
know
you
what I
come.
mean?
I'll give you a
Like,
tour.
oh my goodness. And it's
Koh Samui.
Koh Samui.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm just like,
Heaven on earth,
what
honestly.
part of Thailand? I mean, there's so many.
Yeah, it's like on the southeastern side.
Okay.
In the Gulf of Thailand.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can still experience everything like if you were to go to Phuket.
Yeah, it's
or
like the
somewhere where everyone
luxuries of
goes
modern day, but on an island.
Okay.
You have
That's what I
everything.
want. Yeah.
You have everything.
I'm an island girl.
Nice gym,
Like, yeah.
nice everything.
Is there more than one? Because there's only one gym on the island of Bora Bora.
Oh yeah.
And we go,
More than
but
you
it's
can
only
count.
one.
Of
Okay.
all different colors. There's ones that are outside, ones that are inside.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think when
no,
you,
that's
I
actually
think when
really
you
good
think
to know.
island, it's like, oh, there's like deserted. Not deserted, but
I
there's
get what you mean.
Limited resources. No, there's like a freaking shopping mall, and it's like Oahu. It's like
Yeah.
it's
Okay.
like
Yeah.
Hawaii,
So we go to yeah. Okay.
but like 1/10 the price.
Yeah, I know, because Hawaii is so expensive.
But it's
Well,
beautiful.
I mean, I guess it depends on,
Where you go, who you know.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm just like, Thailand definitely sounds like Thailand to me sounds like, say you're having a horrible time here in America, you're obese, you're miserable, you have depression, you just pick up and move, all of that changes.
Yep. Definitely.
Environment. Your diet is not just what you put in your mouth.
Yep. In your eyes, in your ears,
Yes.
your nose. Yep.
Yeah. If you just a change of scenery can be a change of life. You know what I mean? And I think that is a part of most Americans don't understand that, especially if they're not very cultured or just very Americanized. You know what I mean? I'm just like, No, like
Mhm.
people who are like, oh, I don't like flying or I don't like traveling. Like, there's more to just
Yeah, traveling's
living.
amazing.
Like,
It like shifts
yeah,
your mind.
that's
I
medicine
love
in
it. It
itself.
definitely is medicine. Yeah, I
Like,
love like being in a completely new place. It forces you to like break your routines and like your habitual thinking
yes,
patterns, like completely immersed in a whole new culture. It forces you to
yeah,
change. It like
yeah,
breaks you out of the little loop.
yeah. And so many people are in that loop. It's like a mouse or
Yeah,
a
yeah,
rat just,
a little treadmill,
yeah, you know what I mean?
and
It's
they're
like
okay
you're
with it.
not
I feel
going
like
anywhere.
there's people like to be comfortable,
Yeah,
but I feel like there's no growth in
no,
comfort,
not at all.
and
Like
that's what
staying in
like
your comfort zone,
yeah,
no.
there's no growth in the comfort zone. There's no comfort in the growth zone. And
Yeah,
that's what I really when I share Cambo the frog medicine. This is
yeah.
like really and with ice bath, anything that's uncomfortable, it like really pushes you to like step into a better you.
Yes, showing up on as a different version of you, different for you
Mm-hmm.
because it's unfamiliar,
Mm-hmm.
but this is you.
Yep.
Like, like,
Yeah, the diamond
you
is
know what
like
I mean?
is diamond is like made under so much pressure. It's
Yeah,
like not just like chilling, And it's so
exactly.
easy to chill because it's like, oh, we want to avoid. It's like the human condition to avoid pain
Yeah,
and seek pleasure.
yeah,
But like if you can not seek pain, but like lean into uncomfortable things, that is really where you can become your highest potential.
yes. Do you feel like you are at the best version of yourself, or what are some things
In
that,
this moment,
yes,
I
what are
definitely think
some
so.
things
That's the
that
best I've ever felt in my life.
really,
Yeah.
what makes it that way? Like,
Oh, just like
why?
having strong discipline
Okay.
with diet and practice and going to the gym and getting enough water every day and being able to like enjoy my work and what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Just like every moment, I'm like, oh, I feel good in my body. I feel good in my mind. I feel good about what I'm doing with my time. I feel good about the people that I surround
I was
myself
gonna say
with.
the people,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I just feel like, and then have a good gratitude practice. I'm always feeling so thankful about everything. It's like it just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
And people, I think we're like programmed to think that after your 20s, you're peaked, and then you're
Yeah.
like you start going down. Like no, it's like for a man, it's like 30 to 50 is like where all the good shit happens. It's like in your teenagers, you're just like fucking around, making mistakes. 20s, you still don't know who the fuck you are. You're still fucking around, making mistakes. 30s is like okay, you have a pretty good idea of like what skills you have, who you are, and then that's where you can really start building.
Yeah. I
So I'm
mean, you have a
excited.
few
It's just
years
gonna start.
until you're 40.
Yeah.
From now until then, do you have any wants or desires that you want to experience, whether it's in Thailand, in Vegas, anywhere in the world? Like, what are
Mm.
some things that would
Yeah, that's a
make
good
Gabe
question.
happy?
Yeah, the
Like,
closest foreseeable goal that I would like to achieve is to open a Campbell clinic.
oh, I love
Yeah, so
it.
because
What
a
does that
lot,
look like to you?
it's like a space where people can come and I can serve them the medicine. Because so I'm based in Koh Samui and people come from different countries and they have to book an Airbnb or a hotel and they'll book for a week so I can serve them the proper sessions because it takes
Yeah.
3 to really get the full thing. So
Okay.
I would love to have like a space where I can serve the medicine and then maybe have some like little bungalows where they can stay and then like a nice yoga shala where I can teach yoga as well, sauna, ice bath,
Yeah.
and a vegan cafe so I can like
Oh, I
feed
love
so I can like nourish
this.
them as well. So it's like the one-stop shop retreat
That's literally what I
healing
call my
center.
spa,
Yeah.
Realfine Wellness Spa, your one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. They can get
Yeah, because
everything. Every
exactly.
layer from mental,
Yeah,
spiritual, physical,
yes.
and then like they have the tools and they don't have to travel. They don't have, they don't have to think about anything. They just come
Yeah.
and receive and then walk away with like baggage left.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
so
have you been putting yourself out there, which brought you from Vegas to Thailand? Like from
um
whether it's social media, word of
yeah, all Instagram
mouth,
and word of
like
mouth. Like with my video business and photography, it's been all word of mouth
that's
and using
amazing.
Facebook and Instagram. And the Campbell thing, there's not very many people serving this medicine in
Yeah, because I'm
Thailand.
not gonna lie, I've never even heard of that until Josh told me,
Yeah.
and he showed me his arm.
Uh-huh.
And what do you do exactly with what are those dots, and what do you?
Okay, so the frog is
Okay.
it's okay, so they call
Are
it
these
the
like street frogs? Like you just go out
no
at
no no
night, pick
yeah
them out some water,
yeah
bring them
in the
home.
alley.
What?
No
Right?
no it's the frog of the Amazon rainforest, and like the scientific name is the Phylomedusa bicolor, and it hangs out on the trees at nighttime, and it has like a very special secretion that protects it from the sun. I think if you like look on YouTube, people are like, oh, it's frog poison. It's just a frog secretion. And inside the secretion is a cocktail of bioactive peptides that initiate your body's own healing. So the indigenous, let me get to the water.
Yeah, no worries.
So the indigenous people of the Amazon, the tribes, when they were getting sick from like an influenza,
Yeah.
and then they were having trouble finding food, the leader of the tribe took a drink of ayahuasca, and then the ayahuasca pointed to the frog in the tree and told them that they would help them. So they got all this information from the medicine, like how to burn your skin,
Yeah.
and then you mix the medicine with your saliva, and then you place it on, and
And those are dots on your arm, right, as we speak.
So you burn the top layer, so it
Yeah.
exposes the subcutaneous layer.
Okay, yeah.
And then once you place the medicine on your skin, it goes straight into your bloodstream, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier. And so the hunters the tribes would use it, and then they became better hunters because it sharpens your senses, and it like you can smell better, you can see better, you can hear better, and it's also known as like the vaccine. It like protects you from illness and impurities, physical and spiritual.
Yeah.
So not only is it like purifying your physical body, but it's also healing, energetic, mental stuff as well.
That's
and
amazing.
It's been like the most incredible thing I've ever done.
And who opened that door for you? Like,
well, so yeah, backtracking. So when I was serving the rapé to my yoga students, I went and sat with ayahuasca. Okay. And I was telling my shaman, I'm like, people are paying me to blow tobacco in their nose. It's so awesome. He's like, you really should get deeper into this practice.
Yeah.
You know, you should be more in service because it seems like you're very fulfilled by sharing it. And I thought about Cambo and how it's impacted my life. And I had a friend that was doing a training in Portugal.
Okay.
So I flew to Portugal and I did 8 days of dosing myself in the morning, in the evening, puking my brains out and processing my traumas. Man. And then in between
like your body was just like purging.
Yes. You're like sweating and crying and shaking and just like you're doing so much work. And in between that, you're like learning the theory of safety and how to dose properly and how to like handle your clients. And it was like the hardest fucking thing I've ever done in my life.
Really?
Honestly. But the most fulfilling. I'm so glad that I went through that training. And I went to the Amazon as well, and I got to meet the frogs. Yeah. Like hold them and
my goodness,
harvest the medicine myself. And yeah, I got this nice little froggy here for that trip. It was incredible.
Are these like small little tree frogs or like big ones like toads?
Tiny little green. No, they're not big toads. They're like they're pretty small. And they're very docile. They're really friendly. They have no known predators. So they're
like
just
cute little
chill.
Puppies.
It's like literally it's like they were given to us by Mother Nature so that we can take the medicine and heal ourselves.
Oh my goodness.
It's incredible. So like when you place it on, it's like it's not a very fun experience. You feel like feels like you're dying for 20 minutes. Oh. You're like you place it on and like within minutes your like heart starts beating.
But it's supposed to bring out what's been suppressed in your...
So it cleans out like parasites, heavy metals, like everything.
Does it help with inflation, I assume,
100%.
because you're releasing all the toxins
cleans the lymphatic system. Like anything that does not serve you, it just like,
it's like people. Like if you don't serve me,
it doesn't match your vibration.
Exactly.
It's not for your highest good. It's just gone. And like so you're purging. Sometimes it comes out the other end. So you're like on a toilet, you're like shitting and puking.
In front of people?
No, well, so when I
I'm like, are there toilets outside?
When I host sessions, it's always one-on-one.
Got it. Okay.
And I let them know and I give them an information thing. So, but this is the best way. When you're like purging out of every hole, out of every direction.
I love stuff like that.
Yes, me too.
Yeah.
It's like so cathartic.
Exactly.
You're just like fucking, this is it. This is it. You're like letting.
Let it go.
Yeah.
Like.
You're like unwinding
surrendering.
all the yes.
You know? Yeah.
Yes. Total surrender. And like when you can do that, everything can be removed and the energy can move out of your body.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's like jump-starting your nervous system, your lymphatic system, your
I always say it's like, you know when the Wi-Fi is not working too well? You just like unplug it for a few minutes and then you plug it back in and then it's more stable.
Exactly.
It's faster. It just works better.
Yeah.
So Cambo is very much like that. It's like just unplugs you, you plug back in, and then you're like, oh, I feel like a newborn baby afterwards.
Yeah.
And like the cravings for caffeine and cannabis or anything that you feel like any substance you need to make you feel better.
Yeah.
You have no cravings for it, whether it be food or porn, whatever it is that is numbing, it just
You have
kicks it
porn
out.
addicts who come to you and
Yeah.
they're like, I need to
Or people who are
release
addicted to
this.
scrolling or addicted to just any kind of addiction. It really just like gets to the root and pops it out.
That is so
And
amazing.
Yeah. And like people who have been sexually abused.
Yeah.
Man, all sorts of ailments. It's been like truly, I love making videos to inspire. I love teaching yoga, to help people. But this Cambo thing has been the most fulfilling thing I've ever done. Like I feel such a joy being able to help people in this way.
And this always has to be done in person because
Yeah.
what if someone right now in New York is watching us and they're like, oh, I have to go to Thailand. Like I can't do
They
any
don't
type of
have to.
anything.
I can meet them.
I'm like, are you gonna
down to
pay for my
travel.
plane ticket?
I've traveled
like,
to places to serve the medicine, and
really,
I
how
love
far
that.
have you? Like, so when you lived here in Vegas, what's the furthest you've traveled to do this?
Well, I just started. It's been only 3 years, and it was shortly after I moved to Thailand after COVID,
Got it.
because I was like not about to take that V from Pfizer. I was like, I'm gonna try to find it. And so this is the natural vaccine,
Yeah.
and it's all. And I always tell people this is like a 12-month detox in 20 minutes.
Oh my goodness.
And it's just like it's so.
All right, let me pack my
Yeah,
bags
yeah.
and go to Thailand.
We could do it in a few days. If
Birthday's coming up.
Before I leave, I think Josh wants to do one more before I go.
But it has to be one-on-one. Can we do it
No,
together?
we could do it in a group, but I'll do one person.
Oh, I'm so down.
I'll do one person at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can set that
Okay,
up
so
ahead of
tell
time.
me, is it gonna hurt? Like, am I gonna cry?
No, well, you might cry because you're releasing
Well, after the release,
emotions.
or I'm seeing like the actual like.
Oh, the burning is like it's like a tattoo, just like.
Oh, okay. I have 6 of those. So
Yeah,
we're
it's like
good.
a pinch,
Okay.
and then when you place the medicine, it stings a little bit, and then if you have a healthy cardiovascular system,
Yeah.
you just feel your heart. And then you'll feel like this tingling sensation like you do when you're doing breath work.
Mm-hmm.
Like the tingling in your face.
That's how I feel when I take like pre-workouts sometimes.
Yeah. That's like, is that the nice?
I mean, yeah.
Or beta,
Sometimes
beta,
it tingles in certain areas that I'm like,
Yeah, beta alanine.
Yeah.
It opens
Yes,
up,
yes,
like
that's what
opens
it
up.
is. Yeah.
Yeah, and you get,
Yeah.
But it's more like energy.
Yes.
When you do
yes.
intense breath work and you can feel it. And
Yeah.
It feels like electricity, like moving through your body.
Oh, I so want to do that.
Yeah, so you feel like the electricity moving. And then usually about like 5 or 6 minutes in, you'll start feeling a little sick. So you'll grab the bucket.
Okay.
I'll blow the tobacco and use these rattles to break up the energy. And they're just like releasing. And the color of the purge can tell you a lot about what's coming out.
Is there like a chart you're following?
I have
like,
a chart.
Yellow means this. Green
Emotions
means
and
that.
anger. Green is like for the liver.
I love
and
it.
then blue is like heavy metals.
Yes.
And then black is like entities or
Oh.
like spirits and energy from other people. Like people who are really promiscuous. They can like pull in. Yeah.
I wouldn't say that's me, but
yeah.
yes.
No, I've had some like
But,
exorcism ceremonies
yeah.
where like people are like, there's like some shit being like pulled out. Yeah, it's cool.
I want to do it.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
This is amazing.
It's the best.
Like, who would you recommend this to?
Anyone that's suffering.
Which we're all suffering from.
We're all
something.
suffering.
Yeah, like we all need drugs. Natural
Yes.
medicine.
The medicine
healing
from
drugs.
Mother Nature, from Pachamama. It's here to
Yeah.
like alleviate the suffering and help us bring us back to, back to oneness.
Yes, back to who God created us to be.
Yes, it peels off all the
Like-
layers of junk that we've accumulated, that we've suppressed, and it brings you back home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you, or not why wouldn't, but would you ever open a type of clinic or that type of clinic here in Vegas?
I would love to.
That would be-
I would love. I feel like Thailand's gonna be like 1.0 version,
Yeah.
and then I could.
Like your home base,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you have other locations.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's like the ultimate goal. I would
Oh
love
my
that.
goodness.
That'd be so cool. Yeah, I'm calling in the support so that I can.
I
do that.
support you.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you.
we may have to talk business because
Sure.
literally I have visions of not just being by myself anymore with
Mm-hmm.
what I do. Not employees, but literally other
Yeah.
natural healing or healers, natural medicine, all the above. Like
Incorporating
you
all
do
of it.
you,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
do
yeah.
me, he does him.
That'd be the ultimate.
She does her, and
Yeah.
we just combine. And
Yeah, massage, medicine.
people are healing. You know,
detoxing.
Nevada is the #1 state for, let's talk about men's mental health, the highest rate of men's mental health needs and resources, but they lack it. Nevada is number one. And
has the highest amount of men that need help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I see that.
It is number
It's
one.
like,
Yeah,
it's
because
a
you
Sin
come
City.
for
It's like the ultimate playground.
Exactly.
You want to forget about your life, just go gamble some money, pick up some honeys, and drink your face off.
Exactly. And I'm just like, the lack of resources men have. Now, I mean, of course, yes, there's resources, but for, I guess you could say, the U.S., Nevada, you know,
needs it the most.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Which I mean, even though it's so small, it's still one of those things where it's like, look at all these men who, I mean, I've seen and I've heard everything, men coming and, oh, I was so successful in this and I threw all my money away for, what is it? Not prostitutes, or call girls. Is that the same thing? Okay.
Escorts?
Yes, in a nicer way.
Yeah.
The high class ones. You know what I mean? Or gambled it away. Or I'm just like, that's so sad. And that's why they need Gabe to heal. You know what I mean? Let me put some dots on your arm. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, like I feel like what you do, not just Vegas. Everyone needs it, but you know, we're here in Vegas. Like, you know, but
I've been serving medicine every day since I've been here. It's been like 1 or 2 sessions every day. And like I do it in Utah and California and up in Washington. It's like so awesome. It's like me and the frog are just like, it comes dried on a stick, a bamboo stick. But I visualize me and the frog spirit are just like traveling the world together and helping people.
Do you have frogs with you?
No, people always ask me that.
Oh, I'm like, can I see?
Yeah, the secretion is like dried on a bamboo stick. That's how it's mailed to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it just comes in the mail and you're just healing people.
Yeah, I would love to have like a frog, but it's not really good to take them out of their natural habitat because they've tried to put the frogs in a laboratory and they don't produce the same medicine. It's like they have to be in their environment, eating their own food.
Yeah, they're like ecosystem, whatever it's called.
Yeah, their environment.
Yeah.
So they try to replicate it. They fed them what they're supposedly fed, and the medicine wasn't the same.
That's crazy.
Yeah. This is nature's pharmacy. It's so cool. It's so fascinating. I'm learning more each day about it, and like, it's just the best.
And this is what people need to learn. They need more. That's why it's like, okay, it's like a catch 22 living here in America. It's like, now that I know what I know, and now that I'm educated in so many areas where I'm just like, I wish I would have known this years ago.
But you learned at the perfect time.
Exactly.
It couldn't, if you,
Oh, go ahead.
No, if you were presented the information back then, you wouldn't have been in a space to receive it.
Yes.
So it's like I think this is why psychedelics are so good. It's like, it reminds you that you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Yep.
Everything is in divine order.
Yes.
There's
Timing is everything.
Yeah, there's no coincidence.
Yep.
It's like, I'm not saying that it's written or fate, but everything is like perfectly perfect.
Yeah.
Even when it doesn't seem like it. Even when you're suffering and in pain. There is no needless suffering. It's there to teach you and to like, it's for your highest good.
Yes.
Even when you're in the fucking trenches and suffering, it's for a divine purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like these types of practices, I'm just like, so many people could benefit. Everyone could benefit. But again, you have to
trust that they are on their own journey and
be tapped in and open to receiving.
100%.
You know, you can't like tiptoe your way into like, it's like if someone's like, oh, I want to lose weight, let me go to the gym. But it's like, okay, maybe I'll just go once a week, and then not go for a couple weeks. Like, you can't tiptoe. Like, you're either going to do it or not.
Yep.
You know
the
what I mean?
hardest step is the first one.
Exactly.
If you make the first one and your intent is strong and you have a vision of who you want to become, there might be some bumps in the road.
Exactly.
Everybody always makes it.
Yeah. But I'm just glad that you found your niche, because you are the only person who I've ever heard of or known to do what you do.
Thank you.
And to be able to take that to Thailand and help heal people out there. Is this popular in Thailand?
There are a couple other practitioners out there, but I don't know how well they were trained. Okay. They do like group ceremonies, like groups of 10. I can't imagine if I like holding space for one person takes a lot of energy.
Yeah.
It feels like a money grab when people are like,
for sure,
like doing 10 people at one time. 10 people are puking and
Yep.
processing all their shit. I don't think one
If
person.
you're abundant, you can be one-on-one with people and the
One-on-one.
clients,
And
the
it's so much
people
more
who need you.
intimate when people
Exactly.
can like open up.
Yeah.
I don't know, when you're in like a group session, sometimes you don't want to talk about all your shit. So
Yeah.
I find one-on-one private is really the way.
Yeah. So people are coming to you being vulnerable and
Yes.
opening up to you.
Yeah, it feels
and
like I'm like a
you're
therapist
seeing-
sometimes. Like they really.
But I mean, it pretty much is
It's
part
like an
of like
honor. I feel
Yeah.
honored that they can feel safe to share what they share with me. I'm like, whoa. And it
Yeah.
really puts everything in perspective for me too. I'm like, oh man, people got some stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we
It's
all
humbling.
have demons that, we're battling.
Shadows.
And
Yeah. All of it.
yeah. And I'm just like, this is so freaking crazy. Because also not everyone wants to do the typical, let me go to a therapy office and sit there in silence and just
slow.
talk with. That's not everyone's therapy. That's not mine anymore.
No.
I found my therapy and I am so at peace with what I practice and, what I help people with and teach people and educate people. Just, you can heal yourself naturally.
It feels so good to be
There's
aligned in
the-
that way.
Yeah.
I'm so glad. I'm so happy for
Yeah.
you because it's like, you know that you're exactly
Yeah.
sharing exactly what you love and you're passionate about.
Yeah, and having your own experience
Yeah.
too. Because like you said, yeah, a lot of things are money grab. Like
Yeah.
a lot of people, that's like me representing some company, some, I don't know, what is it? Let's just say pre-workout company, and it's like, I don't even take their pre-workout.
Yeah.
But buy it, you know what I mean? Use my discount code. No.
Yeah, endorsing things that are not in alignment with you. I think that's
Yeah.
like being congruent is so important.
Exactly.
Like integrity.
Yes,
Integrity
doing
is like
the right
most
thing when no
Yes, when no one's watching.
Yes, and your
And-
beliefs too.
Yeah. Because
Yeah,
like, of course, like you get a big check for it, but it'll bite you later. It's like you have to always be
it only
honest
lasts
with
for so
yourself.
long.
Yeah.
Yeah, it literally only lasts for so long. And I feel like that's why a lot of people experience burnout too. I've been there, done that. When
like going
you're
against the grain.
Yes, and when you're chasing the money, it's going to be there. It's abundant. It's there. You know what I mean?
You can have all the material wealth, but still be empty.
Exactly. You know what I mean? But when you trust the process and the process of what you need to heal, and to, at least for me, to understand, like we were saying earlier, us women, we're not made to work. Like, and if you have an abundant mindset, you will understand that God will provide.
Always be supported.
Your man
You're
will
never gonna
provide,
be
but
on the
God
streets.
created him to
Yep.
provide for you. So at the end of the day, God will always provide. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the
Like,
people need that trust.
yes.
That's one thing that I've really learned in this work is like having that unwavering faith.
Yes.
And it's not like even in a religious sense. It's just
Yeah.
like really trusting that you're not alone and that you are taken care of.
Exactly.
And like being able to like really let go. I think people are programmed to think that dog eat dog, you gotta survive, you're on your own, it's not that way.
Yeah.
There's such a better way to approach it.
Yeah. And that's a system, unfortunately, that a lot of people here in America live by.
That's why
And
they
that's
feel
why
like-
a lot of people are leaving America to go to places
Yeah.
who have this mindset. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, I wasn't supposed to be living the rest of my life here in America. I know that. I know that for a fact.
It's cool to be, being in a different country is awesome. I
Yeah.
highly recommend it.
Yeah.
I have like a lot of my high school friends and people that I grew up with, they're still living in the same town that we grew up in. I'm like,
Or even the same house that
is
their parents
insane.
passed down to them. Like,
that is insane.
I don't want to see the same walls every day for the rest of my life.
I know. I imagine like how, not in a condescending
No, I
way,
get
but
it.
like how small the world view is. Like just in the past, 15 years, I've just been, I'm like in a different, sometimes I wake up, I forget where I am.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, you're in Vegas right now. So, sometimes I'm like, I don't even,
Did
why
you feel that way when you first moved to Thailand?
For
Like,
sure. Or just when I'm traveling, doing video projects or traveling, serving Cambo, I'm like, okay, all right, I'm in Hong Kong right now. Or, okay, then like put my feet on the ground and then practice breath,
yeah.
come into my body.
You
know.
blink, now you're in Peru.
Yeah.
You
I'm
take
like,
a nap, now I'm in Brazil.
yeah,
Like,
you're like-
but that is such a blessing, though.
it is.
You know what I
It's
mean?
so
That at
exciting.
the end of the day,
I
like,
love it
and
so much.
do you have kids or you don't?
No.
So we don't have kids.
Yeah.
And around our age, we're at a point where most people our age have kids and they're running around, which that's their blessing. But our blessing is to be able to
Be free. Free as a bird.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
if that helps relax your nervous system, then do that. You know, maybe some women out there who they love being a mom, they love running around and all the above and taking care of all 5 kids. Like, that's just not me.
Yeah.
You know, that would like.
Just trying to be an uncle.
Yeah,
Being
you
an
know,
uncle is
I'm
fine.
like I said, I would be the cool aunt.
Yeah, my sister just had her second child, and she's like full on marathon mode, and I love her children, but I don't know if I feel like I'm still working on myself. I can't even imagine raising a child right now. There's so many instances where like it's kids raising kids.
Yes.
And I know that's one way to do it, but I imagine like, you know, I guess no one's ever really truly ready for kids, but I would love for it to be intentional.
Exactly.
And like ready and yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and not do it just because of societal pressures or, you know, any of that, like, you know, so.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now, question. So, even though you're living in Thailand, yes, you're here in Vegas for what, another week. If people want to book with you or you come out and see them or vice versa, like where do people find you? Like who?
I have an Instagram for my Kambo page. It's Kambo, so it's KohKambo.
Okay.
That's my Instagram, and then my website is kokambo.com.
Okay.
Because it's like Koh Samui. That's where I kind of got it. So Ko in Thai means island.
Okay.
So Samui Island. So
okay.
Koh
What's your
Kambo.
background, by the way?
I'm Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah, my parents immigrated from China. I'm first generation Chinese.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, in Thai, Ko means island. So Koh Kambo was like how I came up with that name.
Got it.
Yeah. So they can find me on Instagram, on my website. There's all my contact information there.
Yeah.
And a bunch of FAQ and like hundreds of testimonials of people that I've been able to share the medicine with.
Yeah.
And yeah.
I feel like I could talk to you all day about that.
It's
like
the best
I'm
thing
so
ever,
curious.
honestly. Josh,
like you said, you're here for another week because I really want to do like.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm here till Friday, so
like,
maybe we can set up something with Josh and we can all get together.
Yes.
I'd love to dose myself again. I like to.
How often would you do this?
Well, part of the school that I went through, I have to do it every month. And that's to like
you personally having to
self-dose.
Got it.
Yeah, just to like maintain like a clean vessel and like connection to the spirit of the medicine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm so.
It's so cool. You feel like, man, you wake up the next day and like all of the burdens that would burden you in the past or things that would trigger you don't trigger you anymore.
Really.
And then like you need to eat less. You have more energy. You need to sleep less, and your eyesight is better, and you just feel. I know, it just feels more you.
I love it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
I really, it's not for everyone. But I really endorse it, and it's helped me so much in my life.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I wish, like I said, I wish more people would know exactly what it is that you do.
I like it because it's fast.
Yeah.
There's a lot of other therapies out there, but Kambo, it's like you're in 20 minutes and then you're out.
Yeah.
And then you get to enjoy it. The moments, It's like a lot of the women that I serve the medicine to, they compare it to giving birth in that it pushes you to the absolute limit of what your body can handle and your mind can handle. Not like you're like giving birth to a child, but it's just like very like the more that you can just let go, the smoother the experience is.
Yeah. Just surrender.
Surrender. Accept.
Surrender. Yes. Surrender. Accept. Like just
release the resistance, release the expectations, like all of these things can.
Because it's all going to cause you disappointment at the end of the day.
And suffering.
Yeah.
And this is pure advice for life too. Not only just in Kambo, but like in life.
This is just everyday living.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It applies to everything. The more that you can just accept life as it is, it's like the core of the Buddhist teachings.
Yeah, and trust.
Mm-hmm.
And again, everyone's God may different or may look different, but at the end of the day, it's still like God will always provide. Because if your heart is in the purest intentions and you're not resisting and you're just really, I'm letting go, I'm surrendering, I'm trusting. Whoever your God is like, thank you. Here, son. Here, daughter. Now I can bless you with whatever you want.
When those things come, it's like a reminder that you're like walking the right path.
Yeah.
You're like
you're all in alignment. Yeah, you're in alignment. And it's so beautiful. But oh my goodness. But I don't even want to wrap things up with you, but we got to wrap things up. You know what I mean?
Sure, we can do this again.
Yeah. Now, what is one thing that you would love to share to anyone watching? And whether it's a life-changing, recommendation for what you do to help them. Whether it's meditation, yoga, Cambo, all the above.
I say just drink more water.
Period.
Drink more water.
Yes.
And give thanks.
Yes.
Say thank you more often. It's like the littlest, like the gratitude spiral. You can just, the smallest thing can turn into, I really encourage a gratitude practice.
Yeah.
And best to do it in the morning before you start your day or look at your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
drink more water.
Agree. Yeah.
People are dehydrated as hell.
No, seriously. I mean.
And drink good water.
Yeah.
I've been drinking distilled water for the past 3 years. It's changed my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all about the
Last
water.
question. What has it done?
I had like it wasn't arthritic pain, but like pain in my wrist and like
wow.
pain in my body. And like,
yeah.
you know how people are like, oh, if you drink distilled water, it's gonna clean out the minerals in your body.
Okay, yeah, I've heard
It's
this.
actually removing the inorganic minerals that are stuck in your body.
Got it.
Yeah,
this is good to know
because I've read so many books about it. And when you distill water, it's the way God made water.
Got it.
So it boils it, and then it condensates it, and then you only get the purest form of water. Everything gets left behind.
So the water filters that we're drinking water from, it's not.
Brita does nothing. I have 0.
How about our the refrigerator? How it has a?
You should get a tester. And
Okay.
it tests in parts per million. So usually Vegas water is around like 200 to 300 parts per million of total dissolved solids. So anything over 50 is unsafe to drink.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Can we buy this on Amazon?
Yeah, it's like $2.
Got it.
It's like $2.
Sold.
Get a TDS water. I travel with mine, and I'm always like checking out the restaurant and checking like everything because water is everything.
Yes.
And
yes.
you must drink water.
Our body is 90% of water.
And
like
if you're drinking like some Nestle bullshit, it's full of like chemicals and it's in plastic that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I do have Dasani waters in that refrigerator.
No judgment.
But it's just easy to, just
convenience.
Yes,
right. But if you distill your own water and then drink it out of a copper vessel, it's like
one of my friends told me about that. Yeah,
it's a game changer.
Yeah,
and like it just harmonizes your doshas in Ayurveda. You like have predominant elements present in your body.
Yeah.
So you can have like excess fire or excess water or excess earth. Yeah. Copper distilled water balances the elements. Because if you're too fiery, then you get very agitated.
Ooh, I'm fire. I am a lion. Yeah, I am a Leo.
So you need some
fire.
You need some like earth to like ground you. But people who have too much earth, they're lazy. And then people who have too much air, then like they're always in the clouds. So having the elements in your body balanced is of critical importance. Wow. Yeah.
See, this is why I love learning. Like, I love learning. And I told myself years ago, I'll never go back to school. And then I'm like, well, in order to become a doctor, actually, you got to go back to school.
Ayurveda, you know what I mean? YouTube University. Ayurveda is like the sister science to yoga. So when you merge them together, you're like, oh, this is like a handbook on how to be healthy and happy.
Yeah.
It's fucking awesome.
Those words are in my meditation every morning. Yeah. Happy, healthy, and healed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Affirm it. Embody
it.
Know it.
Say that shit in the mirror.
Speak it into existence. Because like once you know it, then the universe kind of like rearranges itself to fit that belief.
Yeah.
It's so trippy.
Your subconscious has to match.
Yep. It's not like
Go ahead.
No, I think people think that, it has to be there first before I can.
No,
No, it's like you have to get in there and then it becomes.
Yeah, it's like praying. You have to pray although you already have it. It's done.
Yep.
It's yours. It's tangible.
So it is.
Period. Exactly.
Yep.
Not, please, can I? Or, I hope this. No.
Wishing for it is affirming that you don't have it.
Exactly.
Like, asking for it is like, you're solidifying that it's not in your life.
Yeah. So when I pray, I don't even ask. And I'll let God know. I don't ask. Yep. I thank him for everything.
Thank you for the health.
Thank
you for the family.
Yes.
Thank you for the love.
Yes.
In the present moment.
Yes. And I'm so blessed.
That's the good right there.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Gratitude. Drink water.
Drink water, gratitude, period. It's done. It's already yours. Yes. You know what I mean? Yep. But yeah, no, thank you so much, Gabe, for coming
Ashley.
on.
Thank you, Josh.
We may have to take our trip to Thailand and do another episode on the beach somewhere. Or, we'll talk more after, but you leave on Friday. Let's hook up with Josh, and I want to record this. And
that'd be so good.
put this on
I would
social
love
media.
that.
I mean, it is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month.
Yes.
But just be showing other people how these are other practices of healing. You know what I mean? You don't have to just go to therapy. You don't have to just
love to do that.
come sit and talk to me for an hour and not cry in one bed and talk about your past. Like, no. Like, there's other practices.
Yeah.
And, you know, anyone watching, you know, and you are more interested in what Gabe does, please, and we'll tag your Instagram and everything like that. Reach out to him. He's amazing at what he does, and I'm pretty sure you have helped numerous of people in healing and
hundreds, hopefully
their
thousands
journey.
soon.
Yes, and we're manifesting millions. We're manifesting that building. You walk in, you have your vegan restaurant, you have your massage parlor, you have the people who are, you know, yoga instructor. It's already done.
It is.
It's going to be here in Vegas. It's going to be here in Thailand. So people, keep an eye out on Gabe. You're amazing. Like I said, I could talk to you all day.
Thank you, Ashley.
But unfortunately, we can't. But yeah, so thank you guys for tuning in to another episode here with Gabe. And of course, your host, Ashley. And we will see you guys next time. Toodles.
Like and subscribe.
Yes, please.
Leave a comment. Comment a frog emoji.
I'm done.